So I'm at my campsite, Buckeye Flat Campground in Sequoia National Park. First night, dinner is homemade chili, mix it with mac and cheese and salad. Bear in the campground. Stubborn bird. Oh, he wants to climb the tree.
Right?
So my first morning at Sequoia National Park. I got up too early in the morning to have breakfast at my campsite. So I decided to drive over Hospital Rock. Actually, the sun is out here more. Picnic area to check out the Hospital Rock itself, which is like, I think they're pictographs, Indian pictographs, I guess. But before that, I'm gonna make my breakfast. I made my tea already and gonna make an omelet, 2-egg omelet with goat cheese. It's gonna be good. It's gonna have a full day ahead. Added the goat cheese, almost done. All done, ready to eat. In this nice sun, it feels warm and nice. By Hospital Rock. Across from the Hospital Rock picnic area is the Hospital Rock. Let's go see what it is. Across the road. Why did Ali cross the road? See what the sign says here. Please be aware. Sacred site. All right. So it's an archaeological site. Apparently these boulders provided shelters for the native people here when they went through this area. That's a pictograph. Means painting on the rock. This is a big boulder, huh? So I guess they took shelter down here, made fire and stuff. Yeah, I can see sitting down here when it's raining or snow, whatever. It's a big piece of granite boulder. You can see the inclusions of the host rock that got floated up by the granite when it was a magma, and then it cooled down around the surrounding rocks, pieces of rocks. couple of steps and you get a close-up view of the rock painting. There's a sign by the picnic area that translates this painting. I'll take a picture of it later. It's right above, I mean, it's on the same boulder that's providing the shelter, aka Hospital Rock. That's where I had my breakfast. The short trail that goes to the top of this big boulder that I was under a minute ago. This is a massive boulder. It's like 40 feet across and like 20 feet thick. I bet a glacier dumped it here. So across from the Hospital Rock is an area called Community Kitchen. For the village, it provided native people everything they needed for cooking: rocks and sticks to shape into bowls. And these are like potholes. I bet they mashed the corn in here. Yeah, they used a shaped stone to pound acorn into flour in these potholes. These are actually dug out here, not natural holes. They would put the acorn in there and mash it with shaped stone. So cool. Amazing how humans adapt and live with nature. Instead of now we work against nature, try to conquer it. So driving up this windy park road, there is a pull-out area for viewpoint. Going higher and higher in elevation. That's Morro Rock. That's my next destination. I'm gonna go the road to Crescent Meadow Road, still closed for the season. They open before Memorial Day, but it's open to pedestrians and bicyclists. So I'm gonna park there and then bike to the trailhead for Morro Rock and climb it. That's one thing I've planned for today. Beautiful area. So I'm at Morro Rock trailhead. Apparently the Crescent Meadow Road just opened, so I didn't have to bike up here. But since I brought my bike, I decided to just bike anyway. It's a nice bike ride up the road. Gonna go up Morro Rock. Going up the stairs to Morro Rock. It's a short little hike. It's like a miniature half dome. Instead of cables, they have stairs. That's the road, main road. Switchbacks. You can see for 100 some miles apparently to the coast range. Back there. And then the Sierras here. High Sierras actually. Mount Whitney is, I can't see it from here, but it's behind this range. The Sierra High Trail, or the High Sierra Trail, is in the back there too. Way to the top. Two-legged animals everywhere. I can imagine what it's like in high season. They just opened the road and it's not high season yet. You can see all this glacially cut valleys or canyons up there. But during the last ice age, all this area was covered by glaciers until the last interglacial period started, and it started warming up 15,000 years ago. 10 to 15,000. Let me do a panorama. Going back down is much easier. So I'm at my second campground for second and third nights. Lodgepole Campground, higher up in Sequoia National Park. Just set up camp, which isn't much. Just put my smelly stuff in the bear box since there's so many bears around here. Prepared my lunch, and after I did that Moro rock climb, short hike, came here, prepared my lunch. It's glorified ramen noodle soup. I added more vegetables and packet of pink salmon, making like a fish soup, and some green tea after that. So in the afternoon I decided to do a short bike ride from Lodgepole Campground, my campsite, to Sherman Tree parking lot and go check out that big ass tree. I was here like a long time ago with my parents, and it was summer and hot, but now it's nice. It's a nice time of the year to come here. It's a short trail now. So made it to the overlook for General Sherman Tree. Is it General Sherman or Sherman Tree? Yeah, I don't know why it's General, not Colonel. Alright. Can't capture it all in one shot. It's the largest known living thing on Earth. One loses the sense of scale next to these trees. These are huge, but over here don't show it like that. Like this one would cover my front house completely. This one is like 10 feet in diameter. That's a juvenile. Look at this one here. It's got a tumor on the side. Oh wow, it keeps going. Oh. So the base of Sherman Tree is 36.5 feet wide. That's basically like one and a half times the width of my townhouse. Oh, I guess that's how you can make comparisons. Yeah, these trees, sequoias, apparently they don't have any taproot. They have shallow roots. They just go wide at the bottom. And the way they die is basically their bark is so thick, insects and fires don't kill them. What kills them is their own size. They get too heavy and windstorms or snowstorms, they get unbalanced and topple. Because we get very fierce winter storms here. Like, look at this tree. I don't know when this one fell. Must have been its grandkid. The grandkid of Sherman Tree. These are twins. They split. This tree split. Actually, there are 3 trees going up. Man, my neck hurts. They have all these bumps on the sides, and I guess they were injured before or something, and they recovered. Oh. So this tree is 2,200 years old and still not the oldest sequoia tree, which is like the oldest apparently is 3,200 years old. And the thing with sequoias, giant sequoias, is as it goes up, unlike other like pine trees or conifers, the trunk doesn't thin out as much. It's got a thick bark all the way. So towards the top, it's about 13.5 feet in diameter. And it's like, I forgot, it's like 1,400 tons. They asked how much it weighs. Can you imagine when the settlers came to the west coast? They clear cut all these sequoia trees and redwoods to build houses and mines and shit. What a crime. I'm gonna head back up. So making dinner, I'm just eating some vegetable rice and cooking a piece of salmon, but I ran out of fuel for the two burner stove, so I had to switch to my pocket stove. Good thing this pocket stove goes all the way down to simmer. I just bought it. And I put this heavy skillet on top of it. Hopefully it won't fall. So this morning I left my campsite early. Just made tea and then left for Kings Canyon National Park and Grant Village. General Grant Tree. sitting at the base of it. This is the second largest tree after General Sherman Tree that's known. Yeah. So this grand tree apparently is the third largest tree in the world. It's 40 feet across, even wider than Sherman Tree. 1700 years old, and it weighs 1254 tons. Goes up to 268 feet. That's almost like 25 stories. Here's a view of the fire scar behind the tree. We're gonna go into this tunnel tree. This hole goes all the way through the length of this fallen tree. Drove down to Hume Lake to get gas in Kings Canyon National Park. It's a private resort. It's called Hume Lake Christian something camps. I'm gonna do the scenic drive to, I think, Cedar Grove from here. So this is not Grand, Kings Canyon. I think it's like a mile deeper than Grand Canyon. It's like 10,000 feet deep or something. That road meanders down and it goes to Cedar Grove. I'm on that road going down. Visitor Center. Then from there you can go hiking as long as you want, backpacking. Joins with John Muir Trail and all Pacific Crest Trail and all the hiking trails. Big rock. It's at least 3,000 feet drop to the bottom. Oh, wow. I'm ready to the bottom of the road at river level. Kings River elevation is like 3,200 feet. I think I'm gonna check when I go up. Where I started at the top of the road, it was like 8,000 feet. And look at this massive rocks on each side. This was cut by a glacier. It's a U-shaped valley. Boyden Cavern, and you can go for a tour. Not sure I'm gonna do it today. And it goes up. So one more stop before the visitor center, Cedar Grove Visitor Center. It's Grizzly Falls, which apparently is running full force right now. It's a short walk from the road. Grizzly Falls picnic area. Let's see what this sign says here. The larger cousin of the Darwin Falls in Death Valley, maybe 100 times bigger. See the little creek that goes into Kings River. To road's end of the road, Kings Canyon. I'm looking for Muir's Rock. Should be around here. There's no sign for it. It just says over here the trail. What if that's Muir's Rock? Muir's Rock, John Muir's. Such clean water, clear water, fresh snow melt coming down. Going up to the cavern tour. $16.
Yeah, well, this year not so much. It's funny because this water comes into the cavern the same way. We don't know where it comes in, it just kind of bubbles up from underneath the bridge further in. Oh, you guys aren't considering going in the water though, I can tell by your shoes. Yeah. Okay. A lot going on here as well. We consider this stuff grows one drop of water at a time. For thousands of years this has been forming. People see stuff like lasagna noodles and taco shells.
There's a big bacon over there too.
A what?
The bacon?
Yeah, big bacon right there. Big old slab. Here we have our churro. We have a churro formation here. I'm sure Boyden did not call it a churro. There's no way you could have known what one of those was in 1910. I don't think they showed up on the scene in swap meets till like the 80s or something in the fairgrounds. Because I didn't know what these were when I was growing up. We used to make them. Okay, here we have a bison formation. These small scallops indicate a very swift moving current. And down here you can see the size difference. See the larger scallops?
Yeah.
That tells us it was a slow moving current.
How old is this?
About 100,000 years old. It used to be filled with water until of stalactites that had been covered in the popcorn. Any pictures would look better without my light.
So last night at Lodgepole Campground, dinner I have the homemade chili with mac and cheese, salad and herb tea. Heading home tomorrow.